council meeting of July 28th to order at 7 p.m. Everyone please rise for the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, call roll, please.
Stirrett.
Here.
Clark.
Here.
Conan.
Here.
Bullock.
Here.
Ballard.
Here.
Cooper.
Here.
Audie.
Here.
At this time, we'd like to take a moment of silence to remember April Millsap, one of our young citizens that was taken away way too soon. Thank you. Everyone has the agenda in front of them tonight. Is there anything anyone would like to add, delete, or is there a motion at this time?
Madam President, I'll move that the agenda be accepted as presented.
Motion by Mr. Ballard. Is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Clark. Any other
I have a whole lot
discussion?
of time to think about that one.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Any citizen comment on non-agenda items? Any citizen comment? Hearing none, we have no presentations tonight. We will now open up our administrative reports. We have Chief Howard Smith that'd like to give an update on the case for us. Mr. Chief, if you'd like to come up here.
Yeah, it's not going to be much of an update. It's actually I'm here because Marv doesn't have internet, so somebody's got to help him out. Unfortunately, Thursday night, about 8:20 at night, we responded to a body on the side of Macomb Orchard Trail. From that point on, ourselves, Michigan State Police, Federal Bureau of Investigation, we've been lucky enough to tie into some of their task forces. We've had, the fire department gave us a hand. The Armada schools are bending over backwards, to help us out. And we've been virtually going, non-stop since Wednesday night. We've managed to, I think we got to go home Saturday night, and I think we knocked off at a whopping 9 o'clock last night. And then I did stick around long enough to do payroll, so I got out of here around 11. But the public reaching out, we're now up over 400 tips. We are getting calls from all over the place. The medical examiner's office has done a great job with us. The Michigan State Police Crime Lab has done a great job with us. So we are, the support that we have has been overwhelming. Certainly, the community and the law enforcement community want as quick a result to this as we can, and we are working towards that. I think as a council and as a community, we should be, very pleased at the way, our community's handled it, and I think that we should be very pleased with the support that we're getting from the law enforcement community. Because it was meeting night, I felt it was only appropriate to let you all know, how we were doing and where we stood. So, if you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to help you. As far as you guys go, we've already done some press conferences with you guys, and we've been doing press releases through the state police, so you should have that. So is there anything I can answer for you guys?
Chief, is there a phone number that you want to give out for tips or information?
Why didn't you tell me that before you asked me? I don't have the tip line, but it is on the graphics, and it is the Michigan State Police tip line. So if you go on the Michigan State Police website, you can find that. And we do ask that that's the tip line that you use. It's a lot easier for us to process those, handle those efficiently if it comes in through those.
Is there anything you guys need? Water, pop?
Actually, I mean, we've been doing some of that, and actually you guys have been doing some of that, even though you haven't known that you've been doing that, but you have. But I think one of the churches is gonna bring by some sustenance for us tomorrow. We are gonna be a little more structured starting tomorrow in that we are gonna be operating 2 shifts and sticking with it if we obviously get something hot and urgent, we will stay and continue to work it till it ends. But we've got to have some control. We can't work too many more of these 16, 18, 22-hour days. But we're processing.
Has everyone said that they'll stay here till it ends, or?
They can't do that, and one of the good reasons that to keep bringing the tips as quick as they can, because we are we had officers in today from Flint and Clinton Township, Lapeer, it goes on. They've got other assignments they got to get back to, but right now. The operation is up and furious, and we've got analysts there with computers that we're processing through the tips, and it's very impressive. Everybody's pitching in to try to bring justice for April.
Chief, is the trail closed down now?
It is not, but that's probably a pretty good question, because the deputies that do the bike patrol, I guess, stopped in the station today and asked how long we were going to have the trail closed down, and that was the first that I heard, that the trail was closed down. I said, why do we still have it closed down? And so we have removed that tape.
Okay.
That it is up and operational, and should have been up and operational after we got done with that search that we did. It would have been Friday morning.
Okay, I thought I heard on the scanner Sunday it was closed down for a little bit.
Sunday we did go back out. When I say we, the FBI evidence response team was out there with about 20 agents. We were doing some grid searches. There were things in particular that we wanted to find, so we were out doing that. But and that would have only been down, closed down just for the safety of the officers as they're moving back and forth, or I should say agents as they move back and forth. But it should have been opened back up. We good?
Any other questions for Chief Howard? Great job, Chief. We
Thank
support you. Let us know
Okay.
if you need anything.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay. Any other administrative reports at this time? It's on your F&V report. There is no F&V report, correct? Okay.
Madam President, I do have 2 things I'd like to bring up.
Okay.
We had our GI meeting for our East Main Street project, and GI means grade inspection meeting. We met with MDOT, and we got quite a few answers there. The prints went out very well. They were very well received. Also, Trustee Willock and I met with 2 residents on Spencer Street, and it kind of get some ideas on the drainage issues we're having there. We met with Mr. Victor Zarek and Mr. Robert Zarek down there. People have anything like that, and we'll be working on that.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Any questions for Mr. Ballard? Hearing none, any other liaison reports at this time? Hearing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. It's the approval of the regular council meeting minutes of July 14th, 2014, and payment of bills.
You're right, that is the 14th, I have on the sheet, 28th.
Oh. Is there anything anyone would like to pull, or is there a motion at this time?
Madam President, I'll move that the consent agenda be accepted as presented.
Motion by Mr. Ballard, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Conan. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. I abstain on minutes. Thank you. Moving on to the next agenda item, we have no old business, moving into new business. First thing is East Main Project, Award Construction Engineering. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none?
I was shooting a flag.
It hit her right in the face as I said that. Mr. Ballard, this is your agenda item?
Thank you. Tonight, we are been asked to approve, and we have to approve it tonight, the construction engineering portion of our East Main project. Attached to the backup material in here is the recommendation of our village engineers, Giffords Webster. It's been sent to us by Keith Meyer, who is our professional engineering partner over there. The recommendation was based upon Hubble, Roth, and Clark meeting the requirements for performing construction engineering on local agency projects and adherence to the MDOT local agency program and Federal Highway Administration. As I said, we had our GI meeting, and Michelle was there, and we asked the question, can Hubble, Roth, and Clark do this? And MDOT said yes. Is that correct, Michelle?
Yes, they did.
So, with that being said, I would like to move, let's see, it's over here. Resolve to accept the proposal by Hubble, Roth, and Clark Incorporated for the construction engineering services sections D, E, F, G, H, and J for the East Main Street reconstruction and authorize the president and clerk to sign all documents required on behalf of the village.
Motion by Mr. Ballard, is there a second? Support by Mr. Wallach? Okay. I have a couple questions, Lyle. Instead of the president, should it be you because it's the funds, you were the street commissioner?
Well, I think we have a motion that
For
states
the
that
PE,
For the
Jeff,
PE?
and it's from Jeff, so he.
Oh, okay.
he assigned
I just
you
wanna
that.
make sure
we
that
already
that's.
did that you and Michelle were
Yeah.
going to
Okay.
be signatories on this.
And then I have a couple
And
questions.
I did argue that.
You don't want to sign it either? No. On here, for Hubble, Roth, and Clark, the estimate is $80,960.
Correct.
The amount that we gave the township is $82,130, so that's $1,000 more. But we also have to pay for all the bidding advertising, which I think is gonna be more than $1,000. Do we need to send something to the township already to let them know it's gonna be over?
I think we should.
I
believe we
have
should.
talked to the clerk at the township and told her that it will most likely be more than what we had anticipated.
Right.
And one of the reasons being is because the original estimate that we got from Giffords was how many years ago, you know?
Yeah.
That was 2 or 3 years.
2 or 3, 4 years ago. So obviously prices have increased since then, you know. So I have told Mary, I will talk to Keith, okay, there's that one.
I know.
Sorry. You should get up your Kate, thanks. Because one of the understandings was that Giffords would attend township meetings to keep them apprised of what's going on.
Right.
And also, you know, email them, you know, to let them know. So that's something that we need to work on and discuss, so.
But Sherry, didn't we have a catch-all wording in that?
It says
Agreement.
estimated.
And in the
Yes,
agreement, we said that if it went higher, we'd be able to show them receipts and
Yes.
get them up.
But it also says that we are gonna be proactive in keeping them abreast of the money.
Yeah,
That's why
sure,
I'm
absolutely,
asking.
yes.
that
Should
part.
they give them a letter on that?
I think Giffords should probably, or Hubble, Roth, and Clark, yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean-
actually an agreement that has to be drawn up
With the township, we have one.
between the township.
We do
Yep, we
have
got
an
that.
agreement with the township.
All right.
We do. I would have to review the agreement. I believe it was for the entire project. I don't believe that it was
Okay.
broken out for PE, CE, and construction. But,
I just don't, I wanna make sure that that breakdown doesn't.
yes, because they have to add a guardrail out in the township. That's another thing that's gonna be a cost, but that'll be a cost to the township.
Rick, any change orders or pay requests that come out, we have to bless them before
Right.
they come to the township.
Right,
That's the
right.
whole purpose of the third party.
Yep.
review.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I have one more, on the construction administration, the construction progress meetings, it's the last paragraph in there. It says that they're gonna hold bi-monthly progress meetings. Is that gonna be held at our council meetings, or is that a different meeting that they're gonna be having?
I believe that's a, go ahead, Keith.
I just didn't want to butt in.
Oh, go ahead.
Normally, it's a different meeting
Okay.
because there's a lot of minutia and details that are covered that wouldn't really be appropriate in a public hearing.
Okay, so Giffords' job then will be to decipher what they say and then give us an update, progress report
Yes.
at our meetings. So in case our residents have issues, they can come and voice them to you, and so you're gonna be the intermediary then between this council and them, correct?
As far as the first line of defense.
Right.
But they may have to address particular issues. that
Correct.
come up.
Right.
I mean, that's
Right.
part of their construction administration
Right.
responsibility.
My whole thinking is I wanna make sure someone's here to address the residents' concerns, because when the residents have a problem with something, they tend to wait till our meetings to voice their concerns about it, and I wanna make sure someone is here that knows what's going on with the project
I will be.
firsthand.
I will be here.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Those are the only questions I had.
Okay, any other questions?
Hearing none, we have a motion on the floor. Do we need to do a roll call on this or no? Okay.
You want me to do one? I can, but.
No, it's okay.
Be safe.
Well, that's fine, you actually, I have to, it is money, so, okay,
It's a
sorry,
lot of money.
it is a lot of money. Ballard,
Yes.
Wolak,
Yes.
Stirrup,
Yes.
Audi,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Cooper.
Yes. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Ballard.
Thank you.
Lionel, just one more thing, have you heard anything back from Roland on the additional that he submitted to MDOT?
Yes,
We
he did, yes. Yeah, they did approve it. I thought I told you that. Yeah, they did approve it, up to the
The million
the
one?
million something,
Okay, good,
because we talked about that's
That's
at
a big relief.
20%, yeah,
That's
so.
a big relief.
Yeah,
okay.
I think I saw the weight of the will come up.
Yes. Yes.
well, you still gotta come up with the 20%, so.
Thank you for everything you've done on it too. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Keith.
Well, it's a lot of your effort too.
Thank you. Okay, the next agenda item is civil liability reimbursement resolution amendment. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none, Chief Smith will not be able to be here, so I believe it'd be Mr. Wallach and Ms. Pulse.
Did he talk to you about this, Mark?
No.
Okay, well, all right. A few years back, I have it, I don't remember how many years ago, it's been within this, it was in 2011. What this resolution does is it, it increases the amount of civil liability charges in a nutshell. What it says is, we were at $250, Howard has asked to raise that to $300. Civil liabilities are, let's see, I'll read it. The village trustees of the Village of Armada recognize the hazardous effects to all people in the Village of Armada, County, Macomb, State of Michigan caused by intoxicated drivers. Whereas the costs have increased in detection, apprehension, detention, and prosecution of those individuals whom are drinking and driving illegally within the Village of Armada. Whereas the civil liabilities of these individuals should increase over civil liabilities established in the Armada Village Code, Section 103-12 and 3 as adopted on 3/15/95 and revised by resolution on 3/14/11. So what he's proposing is be it further resolved that the village trustees of the Village of Armada and that the Village of Armada adopts a civil liability reimbursement in the amount of $300. So what they did was increase of $50.
Is that enough?
Yes, I asked
Our costs are
him,
going through the roof.
I did ask the chief that, and he was comfortable with that.
All right.
It's a resolution, you can amend it again, but
How high can we go?
that, unfortunately Howard cannot be here tonight. I was
Can we make
hoping,
it 500? I mean,
No.
Well, we need to make sure,
You have
like,
to
for instance,
justify
with
the cost.
FOIA, you have to justify the costs. We have to make sure that we stand within those guidelines.
and this might be, maybe it's a range set at the state level too, I don't know. So 300 was what he proposed.
We can always
Okay.
make another amendment to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought just make it 500 or a grand, why not?
Yeah, well, that would be up to the chief.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if you don't mind just letting him know that if he thinks he's cutting it low,
Yeah,
bring it back to us.
Okay.
'Cause I mean, if somebody gets pulled over and those criteria that you mentioned,
mhm.
We should recoup our
I
costs.
believe it was his intention to obviously talk to you about it, Marv. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
you know,
I've done so.
things got really busy, so he did, I don't believe that he had the opportunity to do so. And his other thought was maybe he could be here tonight, but
Understand.
I think we should just go with his recommendation for the time being.
I agree.
Move to resolve to adopt the resolution to increase the collection for the OWI operating while impaired from $250 to $300.
Motion by Mr. Wallach, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Conan. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next agenda item is Urban County renewal for the 2015 through 2017 program years. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none, Clerk Polis, this is your agenda item.
it's time for the fly to come back. So if I'm batting myself, I'm not going crazy. I'm just trying to get your fly off. Give them to Joe. Okay, we've gotten a letter from the county, the Urban County renewal for 2015-17 program years. This is something that is mandated by HUD. You have to have it in order to get your block grant money. In a nutshell, that's what it is. The last time that we signed something like this was the nearest that the county could come up with was 1993. So, I had Jeff review it. He had a couple of concerns, which I took back to the county. They satisfied those concerns. I have given you a copy of the resolution, but Jeff had me handwrite in one of the things that he wanted done. It was on the last page above the signature lines. That is coming off, and what I gave you before the meeting, the bold, is what we're gonna put in. He's talked to the corporate counsel for the county. His concern with that was that, we're indemnifying the county. He says, well, who indemnifies us? If the county somehow messes something up, then we shouldn't be responsible for all that money either. And so he talked to the corporate counsel. They were satisfied with the language that they finally came up with after I left today. That's why it was that's why I handed it out before the meeting. So tomorrow I will incorporate that into the, the document, I can't think of what I'm doing, the contract. And then send it over to Jeff. He has to sign it also, I have to sign it, and then he'll send it on to the county. It's really the only way that we can keep our CDBG, so.
Does anyone have any questions? There's a motion in front of you. Would someone like to make the motion, please?
Madam President, I'll resolve to approve the cooperative agreement between Macomb County and the Village of Armada for the period of 2015 to 2017, and authorize the village clerk and village attorney to sign on behalf of the village.
Motion by Mr. Ballard. Is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Clark. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Thank you. Does anyone have any upcoming agenda items?
I do. Next meeting, the auditors will be here to go over the full review of the audit for the year. Also, they'll be presenting an updated, kind of an altered actually.
Do you know the Armada Fair's going to do that next meeting?
Yep, it is.
It's not a good day for the audit,
I'll
just a
call.
thought.
Yeah, I didn't think of that either.
Parking's gonna be.
Yeah, crazy. Okay, they do need to update their engagement letter because of changes in the Government Act. It's just language that had to be changed. It didn't change the amount or anything. It was just language that's required to be in there that had to be changed. So that will need to be signed. And there's nothing urgent, I don't think, about getting it signed right away because it's for the upcoming year, so it's not
Right.
well.
Well, maybe they could
Let
come
me
to
talk to
second
Curtis in
meeting.
the morning and see if they want to change it. All right.
Does anyone else have any upcoming agenda items? Hearing none? Any other citizen comments? Hearing none, any council comments?
I was approached by Paul, the owner of Paul's Barbershop, Top Can. He is upset that, about the sign permitting process, and I advised him to seek a variance and that might be coming in front of council at our next meeting,
Council doesn't handle variances.
Planning.
Planning doesn't handle variances, that's ZBA.
Sorry, ZBA.
Zoning board of.
ZBA.
Yeah.
Yeah. 30.
Okay. Is there anything else? Anyone would like, any other council comments?
Oh, you know what, the kids are going to Pal Camp
That's good.
Sunday. I'm sorry, that's community.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
That's okay. Pale Camp, when is it, you said?
Were you gonna bring it up? I don't wanna interrupt
No,
your
go
thought.
ahead, just fine.
Pal Camp starts Sunday, which the kids in 6th grade, all the counselors and all the administrators, a safe trip. They come back on Saturday, the following Saturday, so hopefully everybody has safe travels and keep them in your thoughts.
I was told by Sadie Hoxie that she was able to use the extra money that we gave to PAL 2 to send a couple more kids to camp, so. Yep.
So she will
Yep.
use all of it then?
Yes, every penny, so, yep.
Okay. Any other council comments? Everyone just keep your eyes open and your eyes peeled for the sketch, and if you see any of the vans or the motorcycles, please call the tip line. Any other community events anyone would like to comment on?
We have the concert in the park Wednesday, and they are going to be raising money for the family.
Perfect.
The collection.
Okay. Any other community events? Hearing none, we have no closed session tonight. The time is now 7:27. Is there a motion to
Move to
adjourn?
adjourn.
Motion by Mr. Wallach, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Ballard. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.